Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum. How are you all? I hope you all are fine and healthy. Video link online class, grade 6, subject English, date 2nd of January 2021. Students, open your workbook page number 56. Workbook page number 56. Today we are going to read our new lesson, A Polar Explorer. क्या पढ़ने जा रहे हैं हम? A Polar Explorer. Ronald Amundsen was born in Norway in 1872. As a child, he read about famous British explorers. He joined as many sports teams as he could and slept with his windows wide open despite the freezing cold Norwegian winters, so that he would be fit, strong and ready if he got the chance to be an explorer. Amundsen's family worked in the shipping industry, but his mother wanted him to avoid the dangers of a life at sea, so she encouraged him to be a doctor. He obeyed his mother's wishes while continuing to read about explorers. When he was 21 years old, his mother died. Amundsen left university and began his life as an explorer. अब यहाँ पे हमें एक बहुत ही मशहूर शख्सियत के बारे में बताया जा रहा है कि रोनाल्ड एम्undsen जो थे वो नॉर्वे में पैदा हुए और उनको बहुत ज़्यादा शौक़ था बचपन से ही कि वो एक एक्सप्लोरर बने। यानी कि एक्सप्लोरर कौन से होते हैं जो नई नई जगहें खोजने के लिए जाते हैं जहाँ पहले कभी कोई ना गया हो। तो उन्होंने बचपन से ही बहुत स्पोर्ट्स टीम्स में हिस्सा लिया। वो खिड़कियाँ खोल के सोया करते थे ताकि उनको सर्दी की आदत हो, वो स्ट्रॉन्ग बने, फिट बने। अब एम्undsen के जो घर वाले थे वो शिपिंग इंडस्ट्री से ताल्लुक़ रखते थे, लेकिन उनकी मदर चाहती थी कि वो ख़तरों से दूर रहें, इसीलिए वो चाहती थी कि वो डॉक्टर बने। तो उन्होंने अपनी मदर की बात मानी और वो यूनिवर्सिटी चले गए पढ़ने के लिए। लेकिन जब वो 21 साल के थे उनकी मदर का इंतकाल हो गया, तो उन्होंने यूनिवर्सिटी छोड़ दी और एक्सप्लोरर बनने का सफ़र शुरू कर दिया। सम ऑफ एम्undsen's अचीवमेंट: He was the first to pass through the Northwest Passage in the Arctic Ocean. He was in the first expedition to reach the South Pole on 14th December 1911. In 1926, he led a successful expedition to the North Pole. He is recognized as the first person to have reached both poles. In earlier expeditions, Amundsen was part of the crew. He watched, listened and learned some useful skills. Once on a ship trapped in ice, he observed how the doctor's hunting skills provided the crew with fresh meat and kept them free from scurvy. Scurvy is a disease caused by a lack of vitamin C. It can lead to illness, the loss of teeth and death from bleeding. अब हमें क्या कह रहे हैं कि एम्undsen की अचीवमेंट कौन कौन सी थी। जब उन्होंने एक्सप्लोरर बनने का सफ़र शुरू किया तो आप बता रहे हैं कि उन्होंने आर्कटिक ओशियन को पार किया। वो एक पहले शख्स थे जो साउथ पोल पहुँचे 14 दिसंबर को, और सेम एज़ वो 1926 को फिर नॉर्थ पोल गए। ये पहले शख्स माने जाते हैं जो कि नॉर्थ पोल और साउथ पोल दोनों तरफ गए थे। इसके बाद उन्होंने बहुत एक्सपीरियंस लिया अलग अलग शिप्स पे काम करने का, बहुत हंटिंग स्किल्स सीखे। When he was 28 years old, Amundsen became the leader of expeditions with his own ship, Kiowa. The ship is still on display at the Foam Museum in Oslo. आप कह रहे हैं कि जब वो 28 साल के थे वो अपनी ही शिप के लीडर बने और आज भी वो शिप जो है वो ऑस्लो के म्यूज़ियम में नुमाइश के लिए रखी हुई है। From 1903 to 1906, Amundsen took a crew of 6 men on Kiowa on an expedition to find a route through the Northwest Passage. The Northwest Passage is the name of the sea route through the Arctic Ocean, the Atlantic to the Pacific. अब क्योंकि वो नई सी नई रास्ते तलाश कर रहे थे, नई सी जगह जाने की कोशिश कर रहे थे, तो उन्होंने एक दफ़ा कोशिश की 6 लोगों के साथ कि वो एक रास्ता खोजे किस चीज़ की तरफ, आर्कटिक ओशियन से लेकर अटलांटिक टू पैसिफिक तक। Due to very cold temperatures, the area is frozen over most of the time. For a short while each year, the ice around the line in the north of Canada can break up break up enough to allow vessels through. क्योंकि वो किसी सर्द इलाके में जा रहे थे तो वहाँ पे बर्फ़ बहुत ज़्यादा होती थी और पानी जम जाया करता था, लेकिन एक टाइम ऐसा आता था कि बर्फ़ की जो तह थी वो थोड़ी हल्की हो जाया करती थी ताकि वहाँ से कश्तियाँ आराम से गुजर जाएं. Noah was small enough to pass through these waters and over the shallow areas that would have wrecked bigger ships. During the winters when the ship was frozen into ice, the crew watched the Inuit who lived there and picked up important Arctic survival skills, such as using dogs to travel by sledge. They were useful on later expedition to the North Pole. Amundsen also stocked up on furs to wear, which were much warmer than the woolen clothes we had. Getting to the North Pole was a challenge. First, Amundsen go to by ship, but it got stuck in ice. He had to think of another way to achieve his goal and decided to travel by plane. The first attempt in 1925 was dangerous and unsuccessful. Finally, in 1926, Amundsen made it to the North Pole. 3 other people claimed separately to have got to the North Pole before Amundsen, but all of these have been disputed. अब यहाँ क्या बता रहे हैं, उनकी अचीवमेंट्स के बारे में बता रहे हैं, उन्होंने क्या क्या सीखा, किस तरह सीखा, उन्होंने आर्कटिक में सर्वाइवल स्किल्स कैसे सीखे और उन्होंने फल कैसे जमा किया और कैसे वो नॉर्थ पोल की तरफ फाइनली पहुँचे. अब यहाँ एक बहुत इंटरेस्टिंग बात कर रहे हैं क्योंकि वो माने जाते हैं कि अमundsen जो है वो पहले शख्स थे जो नॉर्थ पोल की तरफ गए, लेकिन उससे पहले 3 लोग और क्लेम कर चुके हैं, लेकिन इसका कोई ख़ास प्रूफ नहीं मौजूद. Amundsen's skills and perseverance made him the first person to be able to claim that he had been to the both poles. क्योंकि उनका एक्सपीरियंस इतना ज़्यादा था, वो महारत इतनी रखते थे, उन्हें नॉलेज इतनी ज़्यादा थी कि वो पहले शख्स माने गए जो कि साउथ पोल भी गए थे और नॉर्थ पोल भी गए थे. He said that his successes came from proper preparation and having the appropriate equipment. He said victory awaits him who has everything in order. कितनी बेहतरीन बात की उन्होंने कि कामयाबी हमेशा उन्हीं के हिस्से में आती है जो हर चीज़ को कायदे कानून से लेकर चलते हैं. Amundsen wrote about his experiences in his autobiography, My Life as an Explorer. One day, 2 of the boys and I were standing on the deck when one of them exclaimed, "There is a caribou." He pointed to a small black object just on the encircling of one of the encircling hills. The other man, who had the best vision of the 3, looked steadfastly at the black object for a moment and then turned to his companion and said, "That caribou walks on 2 legs." Sure enough, close scrutiny confirmed his quick perception that this was not a caribou but an Eskimo. अब यहाँ क्या बता रहे हैं कि एक दिन वो इसी तरह एक सफ़र पर निकले हुए थे, तो ऑब्वियसली वो अपनी टीम के साथ हुआ करते, तो टीम के उन्होंने कहा कि वो देखो एक अजीब सा जानवर है, काला काला निशान नज़र आ रहा है पहाड़ियों के दरमियान. तो दूसरे शख्स ने कहा नहीं नहीं ये तो कोई अलग ही चीज़ है, लेकिन ये तो 2 टांगों पे चल रहा है. लेकिन बाद में पता चला वो एक एस्किमो था. Some other 2-legged caribous joined the first until 5 figures were outlined against the sky. Then it advanced to work us in a body. I sent the 2 boys for their rifles and then the 3 of advance to meet them. I was in the lead and behind me came a little army of 2. As the Eskimos neared us, we could see they were all armed with bows and arrows. This began to look like a situation. We had no way of knowing whether their intentions were friendly or hostile. Certainly they were equipped for war. However, there was nothing to do but meet them face to face. The 2 parties proceeded to within about 15 paces and then halted. I then turned to my army and instructed them ostentatiously to throw their rifles on the ground. I then turned to the Eskimos. Their leader, seeing this specific move, imitated it by turning to his followers and uttering a command. They obeyed by throwing their bows and arrows on the ground. I was unarmed and advanced toward them. The Eskimo leaders came out alone. It is remarkable how accurately 2 men can communicate who do not speak a word of a common language. and whose whole experience of life seems utterly separated from each other's. Expressions of the facts, nods, and shakes of the head, gestures, and tones of the voice conveyed meaning and astonishing accuracy. By these means, I quickly convinced the Eskimo leader that I wished to be his friend and reciprocated my wish. Soon we were all friendly and I invited them down to our ship. In June 1928, age 55, Emerson was traveling in a plane on a rescue mission when it disappeared. Emerson and the rest of the crew were never seen again. To the North Pole. No landmass, mainly ice and snow. Polar bears, seals, walruses, and native to the North Pole. The ice cap is shrinking due to climate change. In the middle of the Arctic Ocean, which is a mass of shifting sea ice, the ice cap is shrinking due to climate change. No sunlight from September to March. This is a very interesting fact. हमें नॉर्थ पोल के बारे में बताया जा रहा है कि वहाँ होता क्या क्या है. अब सितंबर टू मार्च वहाँ पे सनलाइट यानी सूरज की रोशनी होती ही नहीं है. The sun rises in March and sets in September. Seals have spotted at the North Pole and polar bears are Arctic foxes are sometimes seen nearby, warmer than the South Pole but still very cold. Alert in Kwiklet-Rann, Newfoundland, Canada is the nearest inhabited land. It is 817 km away. The South Pole. On the continent of Antarctica, 1300 km from the sea, the land is covered in ice and snow, 2700 meters thick. No sunlight from March to September. The sun stays on the horizon from September to March. Colder than the North Pole. Scientists live all year round in the US Emerson Scott Ice Station. Lichens and moss can be found in some parts during summer. I hope कि आज की रीडिंग आपको समझ आई होगी. Kindly submit your work assignment on Saturday 9 January 2021. Thank you. Allah Hafiz.